Dying Light 2, How to. Everything you need to know. Guide to GRE Anomalies. GRE Anomalies features some of the toughest battles in the game. Learn how to find these locations and how to beat the revenants in this guide. Vilda, the city where Dying Light 2 takes place, has hundreds of infected roaming the streets, ready to take a chunk out of you if you're not careful. Seasoned Dying Light players will easily know how to handle these infected, as some of them, like the biters or the volatiles, made an appearance in the first game. How to get the Pan of Destiny. However, this new installment in the series features new special infected that have horribly mutated due to the THV Gen mod. These variations are scattered throughout different city areas. However, there's a specific type of infected, the Revenant, that you can only find in GRE Anomalies. This guide has everything you need to know about these anomalies, including where you can find them, and how to deal with the infected inside once you get there. What are GRE anomalies? GRE anomalies are spots scattered all over the city, where you can fight a revenant to gain combat XP and loot inhibitors. These activities will show on your map with a skull symbol. You can only complete them at night. Once you get to a GRE anomaly, you will have to fight the revenant and the other infected it summons. After dealing with the revenant, you'll be able to open a nearby military container with a GRE crate that has inhibitors inside. You can also loot the monster to obtain a unique infected trophy that you can use to upgrade different items in your inventory. Moreover, by completing GRE anomalies, you'll unlock the following achievements. It wasn't that hard, was it? Defeat your first GRE anomaly. Revenants, defeat all GRE anomalies. How to find GRE anomalies. You can easily identify GRE anomalies on your map as they will be marked with a skull symbol. You have to discover them first, either by using binoculars or by finding them on foot. How to solve the first biomarker riddle. How to defeat the Revenant. Revenants are the type of infected you don't want to face unprepared, as one single blow from them can easily take out a good chunk of your health. Before going into detail, here are some general tips to keep in mind. Stack up on UV shrooms or immunity boosters. The Revenant will only come out at night, and there won't be any UV lamps in the area, so you'll need to keep an eye on Aiden's immunity levels during the fight. Using UV shrooms or immunity boosters is an excellent way to keep your immunity up. Bring tons of military medkits or medicine. Fighting a Revenant is no easy feat, so keep on hand healing resources to patch you up during the fight. Keep in mind that military medkits will give you more health, and in less time, than regular medicine. Check the GRE anomaly level before going there. You can check this on your map in the top left portion of the anomaly card. The higher the level, the tougher the fight. Wait until you have better weapons before completing GRE anomalies. While you can complete these activities pretty much from the start of the game, you should wait until you have good level gear and weapons to make sure it's a fair fight. In the meantime, you can find inhibitors in several other game areas. How to fast travel. Now let's get into the strategy you should follow to kill these monsters. Use good melee weapons. The best way to kill revenants quickly is to attack them with high damaging melee weapons. The problem is that revenants can cover a great distance in just a few seconds, so they'll be jumping around a lot, making it hard for you to follow them around. If you choose to use melee, keep an eye out for their close attack. Use ranged weapons. You won't get your first bow until you reach the central loop, but once you do, you can pretty much kill anything in the game from a distance if you have enough arrows. Using the crossbow also works, but you won't get this weapon until you've assigned several facilities to the Peacekeepers. If you keep your distance, the Revenant will throw yellow acid phlegm at you similar to what spitters do. Dodge them every time you can. Keep an eye out for the other infected. Perhaps one of the most distinctive features of the Revenant is that it can summon a yellow mist that will spawn biters and virals. Dealing with these infected is easy, but you need to kill them throughout the fight, or they will become too much to handle. What happens when you defeat the Revenant? To successfully complete the GRE anomaly, you have to kill the Revenant. By the way, killing it won't automatically kill the infected it summoned. After doing so, open and search the nearby military container to find the GRE crate with inhibitors. How to repair weapons. Weapon repairs don't work the same way in Dying Light 2 as they did in the original. Here's how it's done. As you're going up against enemies you're going to be wearing down whatever weapons you have equipped. Unlike the first game, there aren't any repair kits to find in the open world, so figuring out how to keep these weapons active is a lot more difficult. That's because there's only one way to repair your weapons in Dying Light 2, and it isn't outwardly stated by the game at any point, so you're likely going to run into it on accident. How to repair weapons. The way to repair weapons is to install gear mods to your weapon. Gear mods are purchasable and unlockable blueprints that add special abilities to your weapon, such as letting you shoot a blast of fire out, or a gust of wind that blows enemies far back. They can be applied to both the tip and base of the weapon, with the base usually adding passive abilities, like an occasional bolt of electricity. They also have the added bonus of repairing weapons. When you install a gear mod to your weapon, you'll see that its durability jumps up quite a bit. Weapons can have up to 2 gear mods, so if you find a weapon you like, you've got 2 chances to get it back up to fighting form. Unique legendary weapons don't allow you to install gear mods, which means that they can't be repaired. Reasonably, it seems like gear mods repair weapons in Dying Light 2 because otherwise it would be a waste of time equipping them, as you might add one to a weapon when it's near the brink of breaking. For those who are worried about their weapons in Dying Light 2, there's not much need. Over the course of the game, you're going to find a near-endless supply of weapons and be constantly swapping between them. They're not as scarce as they were in the first game. How to fast travel. Getting around in Dying Light 2 is so much easier with the fast travel system, but first, you need to unlock it. Here's what you need to know. While it's fun to parkour on rooftops and glide around in the massive open world, sometimes you just want to get to your destination fast. However, the ability to fast travel won't be available right away, as you'll need to progress to a certain point in the story first. Luckily, you won't have to do a lot of running back and forth between the quest locations within the first area of the map. Depending on how you play the game, it may take you several hours before you get to the quest that unlocks Dying Light 2's fast travel system. Having said that, you can't just open up the map and wish yourself to a random point on it. Have a look at our guide below and find out everything you need to know about Dying Light 2's fast travel mechanics. Be it day or night, there is always a constant threat of infected and other humans in Vilder, where the game takes place. The fast travel is unlocked once you reach the central loop and complete the quest, Let's Waltz. But at that point in the story, there'll be only a limited number of places acting as fast travel spots. You must capture the metro stations scattered throughout Vilder in order to unlock more locations for fast traveling. You can also fast travel to the central terminal and the Peacekeeper's main HQ. The game doesn't allow you to fast travel to safe houses or Nightrunners' hideouts. How to fast travel. Fast traveling in Dying Light 2 is pretty much identical to most other games. All you need to do is open your map, find a legend icon that has 3 white arrows pointing to the right, hover over the icon, and hold your fast travel button. There's no loading time if you're playing the game on a next-gen console or a PC with an SSD. It's not always the smartest decision to make the journey on foot, and after you reach the central loop, the second area in the game, you'll want to capture a few metro stations as soon as possible that act as fast travel locations. They appear as icons on the map until you discover them, which can be done either by being near them or using your trusty binoculars. You can find metro stations by climbing to a high spot with a clear view. From there, use your binoculars and look for a red metro sign. They're usually easy to catch, plus, your binoculars can spot them even through buildings. Metro stations are either controlled by bandits or they're full of infected. You don't have to kill enemies to capture these fast travel locations. All you need to do is to find the main switch in the electrical room and turn it on, but keep in mind, some stations will require you to activate the emergency generators first. That's it for now. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe as it helps a lot to make these videos.